Okay, next up is hole number 4. For longer hitters here, you need to be very careful of how you go about this tee shot. This tree is actually going to be a lot more in your way than it appears right now. So you're going to have to worry about this. And if you just hit a dead straight tee ball as a long hitter off this tee, you will end up out of bounds because the hole and the land really kicks left here, and the driving range is over here, and that will be marked as OB. So a player that hits the ball far is definitely going to need to fade the ball if they're wanting to hit driver. This is a short little par 4 where they'll be able to just flip a wedge in, but this ball is going to need to be faded. Now, if you're not a longer hitter, I would suggest getting on the left side of the tee box to give yourself as much room off this tree. You do not want to clip that early because then you're going to be caught way back and have a very difficult shot for your second. So we'll go ahead and go through here. This is kind of a blind shot down into the valley, and then you'll have a blind shot into the green for your second. So shorter hitters will have to worry about the tree line on the right. Now these trees hang pretty low, so if you get caught over here, it's a difficult little punch shot into the green because you're trying to punch up a hill. So let me see if I can kind of get in the valley here to get a better look. Okay. So right now we're about 150 out or so. So if you're caught over here in this pine tree line, the punch shot is going back up this hill to the green. And a lot of times, even if you're successful with getting under the limbs early, you can still catch the heel and not get the ball. The ball won't be able to kind of roll up and on. Over here on the left is where I was talking about a longer hitter. If they just hit the ball dead straight, it'll land somewhere here, kick left, and trickle out of bounds. So this ball needs to be faded in order to avoid that. Now for the second shot or the approach shot in, you know, this green slopes heavy right to left, okay, and it also slopes heavy from back to front. So you'll want to make sure that you give yourself a little bit of room when approaching. That way the ball can kind of kick back towards the left a little here. But the player needs to be aware of this bunker and also be aware of, if they miss right, that this is going to be impossible to get up and down just based on the pitch. You know, the ball is going to be landing on as far as the slope. So let's get up towards the green here so we can kind of see what we're dealing with. So this goes back into the clubhouse, and behind this green is where it really falls off. And over in here, if the player's trying to pitch back in, I mean, if you land even here, this ball will kick and jot all the way off the green. So if you're not able to have a clean look for your second, and remember this will be a blind shot in, you know, missing short here is never a bad idea, or like laying a little short of the pin, because the chips and putts from here are quite easy to take on. Same thing left of the green here, you know, pitching back up this slope is definitely a lot easier to get this ball up and down. But if the player does find the fairway, they're going to have a short little approach into the green. Just be careful of missing right, because you're just going to be writing down bogey or double unless you get lucky with some type of lie. So this green can be tricky to putt. Just be careful of the speed as far as running this way. And also, if you're putting towards the front here and you find yourself on the back, you know, you're going to have a lot of slope going this way, and the ball can really pick up some speed too, just based on where the pin is cut that day. So it's not too challenging of a hole, but if you do find yourself in some bad spots along the right side, the hole can get difficult just based on the severities of what you're faced with. So that's hole number 4, the first of the stretch of 5 par 4s, and yeah, we'll go ahead and continue to the next one.